Yeah, man, this sucks. I had a flat tire tonight. Didn't get to go to the Taylor Swift concert and make that money. But life happens. I've been here for 2 hours. But this is why I rent. Because even though I've been here for 2 hours, I don't have to pay for it. It just sucks waiting on them to fix it. Waiting on them to get the approval. Go through the steps. But this is why I rent. This is absolutely why I rent. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Nick, and I am the local South Florida Uber driver. I'm local just because you never really know where I'm gonna be the next couple days, months, years. But I primarily work the South Florida market, and today is a little different. As you can see, I'm outside. I am here getting my car serviced. I had to come to Tire Plus. As you can tell, I had to get the car. So last night I had a flat tire. The Tesla started notifying me that my tire was really low. It was just like the pressure was dropping really fast. I got the little alert on the screen. I was on the highway. I was going to the Taylor Swift concert. I'm like, yo, I'm about to fall. I had just gotten the car washed. Got the tires, put the armor all on the tires. Listen, I was ready. I was going to the concert, and before I could get there, I was on the highway. I was actually on the turnpike. I started seeing them numbers start dropping, and it just started dropping rapidly too. It was like at first it was at for the Tesla, the tire pressure is recommended at 42. So it was at like 41. Then it went to 40. And that's not a bad thing, but you get the alert when it gets to like 38. It's a windy day, so I'm sorry if you hear the wind. But yeah, when you get to like 38, you get the little notification on the screen. So that's when I really started paying attention to it. It went from 38 to like 30 and like, maybe like a minute. And I'm just riding. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta get off. I got off. So I got off immediately, and I pulled into a Wawa. Shout out to Wawa, you already know. I pulled off and went to let's just say, I had to go to a free air. But y'all know Wawa the machines don't be working all the time. So I went to Wawa with the understanding that most likely the machine wasn't gonna work. It did today, because y'all know people be breaking the Wawa machines, and they don't always work. So whatever, it is what it is. So I went, so I pumped up the air. Like, okay, cool. Let me see what's going on. Pumped up the air in the tire. Pumped it up to the recommended, 42 psi. I try to drive off so that I can get the sensor to check the pressure again. And I kind of drove around the parking lot, drove around some parking spaces. And by the time I got around, I drove out onto the street, it was almost donezo. It dropped from 42 to 35, something stupid like that. So I pulled back around. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. It must be I thought it was just a nail. So I was honestly ready to just go inside, get me a little tire patch kit, and just get to work, because it was on the front tire. The beautiful thing about the front tires is you can actually fix it. You can actually do it yourself. But if it's them back tires, you can, but listen, if it's them back tires, it makes more sense to just thug it out, go to a store, and have them take it off. So, all right, whatever. It's the front tire. I'll be able to fix it. So I go back to the little thing. I can't even think, the little air machine. I go back to the air machine, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to actually plug this tire. So I turn the wheel, and before I go inside and buy, because I don't want to necessarily spend money on a tire patch if I don't need to. I do recommend that you have it in your car. Unfortunately, this is a situation where I didn't have it in my car, so I would have had to pay for it. I mean, I think it's like $5-10, whatever. I was ready, you know. Like I said, I'm going to the Taylor Swift concert. This makes the most sense to just patch the tire, go get you some money, and then deal with it tomorrow. But yeah, you know, so I pull into the Wawa. Again, I mean, I pull into the little air machine and I'm like, okay, cool. The light is on me. This is late at night. I mean, obviously, this is during the day right now. This is the morning. So right now it's like 9:50. You can't really tell. Yeah, it's 9:50. But yeah, man, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to get this done. Yeah, the tire was warmed. The inside of the tire was warmed. And anybody that knows, that's because the alignment was off. Because the tire usually is supposed to wear from the inside out. So when you look at the tire, you're supposed to know, because it's just like smooth. You don't have the ridges on the tire. Again, I've been through a lot of tires. I kind of know. But the inside of the tire, the outside of the tire was beautiful. Still had ridges, still was good. Honestly, it didn't look like it was bad. It still looked like a new tire. But when you look at that inside of the tire was warped. So bad that the little thread thingies was showing. And that's ultimately what happened while I was on the highway. The inside of the tire caught a hole in the middle of the tire, and that's what was releasing the air. So I'm like, dang, what am I gonna do to get myself to this place that I'm at now? So quick thinking, I went and got some tape, got some electrical tape, and I just started plugging up that tire, because I was like, listen, I gotta get to a place, you know, because I didn't want to tow the car. When you rent, I didn't want to waste the tow. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't want to waste the tow, and I'm damn sure not gonna pay for it, because when you rent the car, yeah, it's not my car. So I don't want to waste money or waste the tow on something that's not mine. So cool, whatever. I got the tape, taped the little hole, taped around the outside. It's like, whatever, I'm gonna be good. And I rode here this morning. Now, the only problem about renting, it took 2 hours to get the approval for them to start working on the car. I was here at 7 o'clock. Like I said, right now, it is 9:52. I mean, maybe like this. It is now 9:52 in the morning, so almost 3 hours from when they open. Yeah. It's the only problem about renting, because you got to go through a process. You got to make sure that they know whatever. And their credit card got to be on file and all of that stuff. So, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, it is what it is. Because I'm not paying for it. So I had to wait 3 hours for them to... And I mean, they're still doing it. Like I said, it's 9:52. They open up at 7. But overall, so what happened? I missed out on the Taylor Swift concert. I missed out on money. But had I owned this car, I would have missed out on, you know, $200, $300, $400. And then, yeah, I would have been able to keep working, but it's like, that came out of my pocket. That's my money, you know what I'm saying? So this is why I prefer renting for situations like this. Now, it's very true that I could have actually paid attention to their tires. You're supposed to inspect your tires. Yes, it's a rental car, but I still could have actually inspected the tire. But when it's a rental, I mean, you just expect that things are good. And I probably shouldn't have. Well, every time I looked at the tires looked good. But I didn't look at the inside of the tire, because generally with these companies, you don't necessarily need an alignment, because they do all of that. But not this time. Not this time. So, but yeah, you know, I'm just kind of making this video to kind of just talk about the downsides of owning versus renting. You know, it was a weird situation. It could have been avoided had I paid attention to the tire, but it happens. You know, it happens. We all get into those situations where we don't check things like we're supposed to. I ran the inside of the tire down. it exploded. Well, it didn't explode. It popped. Well, yeah, it technically did explode, but it didn't pop the entire tire. It just popped up a hole, because of the wear. And that's cool. That's cool. It could have been dangerous, but like I said, I was able to drive it to a place to get the air pumped up the air. Realized it was much worse than I thought, because I thought I could just patch it. I thought it was just a nail, or like a nail, or like a rock or something stupid, and then you just patch it and keep going. Wasn't that? It was just the wear. But nevertheless, I couldn't put air in it wouldn't keep the air in the tire. I pumped it up like 3 times. Like I was really trying to get to the concert. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to the Telegram group. A lot of guys made money. TW, DJ, what I'm saying? A lot of John. A lot of guys made money. Ricardo. I don't know. I'm just kind of. I forget all of the people that made money. I'm just kind of calling out everybody. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, so I get it. Everybody wants to own a car, and pretty soon I'll be owning my own car. But this is the biggest benefit of not owning the car. So yeah, with that being said, man, my arm's getting tired. I'm out of here. You can see I need to go home and take a shower. Yeah. But I'm out of here. Deuces.